Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, I was filming this early in the hope that they're not going to start the hammering and drilling behind me because I haven't heard it yet. And then just as I click the button on this, I hear a saw or a drill or something. Oh well, I hope it only puts me off. Anyway, that's going on behind me. Now, on Patreon, we have the monthly reward, which is the Paint by Numbers Institute diploma. Several people have reached diploma status. We have had about 20 solutions in at this point. Well done. I think that set of puzzles is therefore easier than October's, when we didn't have 20 by this point in the month, but still pretty tough. Or maybe it's just because there's quite a lot of puzzles to work through. Lots of entertainment there. There's obviously also lots of entertainment on all our apps. If you're looking for something to do with the holidays coming up, stretch your brain, get more used to the various Sudoku rules, that is a fabulous way. Now, you won't get that from this puzzle today, which I'll get to in a minute. Quite similar to yesterday. It's a channel debut, a new rule set, quite a simple one once you understand it, I hope. But really interesting. No given digits in the grid this time. That's a difference from yesterday. Bit of a concentration of special cells around the middle. We'll get to that. What else have we got to mention? We've got streaming. We'll be doing that. I think it's going to be tomorrow evening, Friday evening at 10 p.m. our time. We'll be going back to the Obra Dinn. Apologies if I've got the time or the date wrong there. We've also, merchandise been going very well. The holiday goods have been selling. There are a number of happy holidays, birthday, Christmas merchandise there. Stuff saying bobbins or knowledge bomb, our various slogans, or let's get cracking on it. So do get yourself some of that just for the fun of it. And SUDOKU PAD app. Everything. I mean, so much going on. Oh, and on Patreon, of course, Simon's also solved Zeta Maths 2 Truths and a Lie, which is a very interesting video. So thank you if you have helped us out in any way in any of those areas. Now, as I say, I think this is a debut. I've seen barrels before, although is that as a pseudonym or as a name of a puzzle? I'm not sure, but this is called Faceless Apparition by Barrels. I don't really know why. Is that picture in the grid of a faceless apparition? I'm not sure. And the rules are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So as regards the circles, for any digit that appears in a circle, both its immediately consecutive digits appear in a direct line along its row and or column, not diagonally, that number of cells away. So if we had a 2 in this cell, there would have to be a 1 and a 3 in at least 2 of those cells, because those are 2 cells away from the 2. So 2 would say that the consecutive digits of it have to appear 2 cells away. Now, in this puzzle, 1 and 9 are considered consecutive as well. So if we had a 1 in a cell, then 2 and 9 would have to be in its 1 digit away cells, looking in a straight line. Now, there could obviously, in this case, I guess, if you had a 1 here, you could have the 9 in both of those cells. So it could occur twice, but it must occur for each of those consecutive digits once each at least. It's an odd rule. It's a little hard to express. I hope the rules are clear, and apologies if you've found they aren't and watched the video to find out what it means, but I hope that's explained it. I'm just going to go through it one more time. If, for instance, we had a 3 in this cell, that would mean that 3 cells away from that cell in a straight line, both 4 and 2 would appear. So the cells in which 4 and 2 could appear are those, and 2 and 4 must appear at least once each in those, for that cell being a 3. So those are the rules. Really interesting set. I don't know what to make of this as an idea, but do give it a try on the link under the video. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. And how do we start? Right, well, I'm going to take a tip from yesterday. There are some cells that can't, this cell couldn't be more than 4, for instance, because it can't see any cells that are 5 cells away in a straight line. Therefore, this can't, no, I was going to say it can't be a 1 either. That's not true. We're looking at consecutive digits this time. Okay. So all of these cells, I think all of these cells, the furthest any of them can see away is 5. Oh, right, and this one can only see 1 cell that is 5 cells away. So if this was I see, yeah. If this was a 5, this wouldn't work, because then you would have to put both consecutive digits, 4 and 6, 5 cells away. But there is only 1 cell in the grid that is 5 cells away in a straight line from this cell. So that can't be a 5. The same is true there. That's the only cell. The same is true here. That's the only cell. And now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad in the central box. And this must be a 5. And that is then telling us that these 2 cells, which are the only 2 cells that are 5 away from it, are 4 and 6, the consecutive numbers. That's really interesting, isn't it? Well, I mean, I think it is. Now, look, yes, we can go further. If this was a 4, then the 2 cells... Oh, no, that would be fine. Right, I've got it. It's the other way around. If this was a 6, you'd need to find 2 cells 6 cells away. And although that cell is 6 cells away from that, the other one is outside the grid here. We only get up to 5 going that way. So that can't be a 6. That has to be a 4. Yes, I thought this was ruled out. Now the 2 cells that are 4 away from that are these 2. And they're going to have to be 3 and 5, the consecutive digits to 4. So we get a 3 there and a 5 there. This has become a 6 because that needs to be 5 cells away from 5. And we have made a start. These can't be 3. I think what I will do in this puzzle, I haven't solved this 3 clue yet. Right. What I'm going to do is colour the cells, the circle cells that I have established where their consecutive digits are. So that I'm done for that 5 and that 4. Now this 3 needs, I see, it needs a 4 and a 2, 3 cells away. Right, I don't know where the 2 goes. It could go in any one of these cells. But the 4 obviously can't go in those cells in column 4 because of the 4 already in it. So the 4 goes in one of those 2 cells. Oh, this defies pencil marking, doesn't it? I'm going to put 4 in the corner and just try and remember that that corner mark refers to the whole row. Normally, I'm using corner marks to be where a digit is confined within a box. That's not going to work here. Anyway, with 4 being in one of those 2 cells in row 5, it's not in these 2. So that's now a 1-2 pair, and this becomes a 4. And now that's going to need a 5 and a 3 to be 4 digits away. Now where can the 5 be? It cannot be here or here. And the only other cell that's 4 digits away is there, or 4 cells away. So that's a 5. Then one of these 2, no, what was it? It was this one, in fact, is going to have to be a 3. Because that can't be a 3, and you can't go 4 south from there. So that is actually resolved. This is a strange puzzle. So I've done this 4, and I can colour it. This 3 I still haven't done. It's got a 4 in one of those 2 positions. Oh, it hasn't got a 2 in one of those 2 positions because of this 1-2 pair. So it's got a 2 in one of those 2 positions. And I really am going to fall into some trouble with the pencil marking here. But anyway, let's carry on. Now, can we use this 1 and 2 pair? If that was a 1, this will be 2 and that'll be 9. Then that'll be 2. Don't know. I don't know what that means. If this is a 1, that'll be 2, just naturally. Then 9 can be in any of those. Ah, okay, whichever of these is a 2 will have a 1 next to it. So oh, and a 3 next to it. Right, whichever of these is a 2 is going to need a 3 and a 1 above and below it, because it can't get them 2 digits to the side. I cannot pencil mark that. I mean, I could write 1 and 3 in the corners of those cells, but I wouldn't know what they meant. Oh, I don't know what, and I don't know if that really helps anyway. Do I need to work more on that 3? I don't think I can do anything more on it. Numbers in the corners, they're useless because they could be anything up to 8. What about this? Yes. Yes, what about this? This can't be 3, 4 or 5 by Sudoku. It's got to see 2 cells the right distance away, so it can't be 6. This can't see 2 cells 6 cells away, so that is 1 or 2. No, it can't be 2 because we've pencil marked. Hurrah for the pencil marks, it does work. 2 is in one of those cells, so this must be a 1. And that means it has, in these 3 cells, it has a 2 and a 9. Now that's tempting to be the 2, but we can't be sure. Don't know about 9 at all. I can't really pencil mark 2 and a 9 around there. I'm just going to have to come back to it because it's not coloured. Oh, look, yes, that's ruled out 1 from these cells. Right, that is helpful, I think. Yes, remember, whichever one of these is a 2, imagine it's this one that's the 2. It's going to need a 1 and a 3 to be 2 cells away. But 1 will be there and 3 will be there. Oh, if this one's a 2, it's not so hard. It has got a 3 2 cells away. Oh, but it's still, yeah, neither of these can have the 1 in row 5 because the 1 will always be 1 cell away. So the 1 is going to have to be north or south. And we now know it can't be south of whichever one of those is the 2 because those 2 cells can't be 1 because we've put this 1 in here. That's weird. Right, so there is a 1 up here. And how does that help? There's a sort of 1 X-wing there now. So 1 can't be anywhere else in these boxes. I don't know. Maybe I can do some Sudoku. That's 7, 8 or 9. I don't know. This doesn't feel... All of those actually are 6, 7, 8 or 9. That doesn't feel like it's going to get anything done. We're going to have to find another helpful circle. And frankly, I think they're getting few and far between. But this one, let's have a look at this. Can that be 1, 2, 4 or 5? I think it can be any of them. I can't even begin to see restrictions on that. This can't be 6 or 5. Good Lord. Okay, this is in the corner. I just don't think it can be helpful. I suppose I was going to say it can't be 1 or 3 because it sees them. I was going to say maybe it can't be 2, but actually it could be with a 3 there and a 1 there. It can't be 4 because that's not 3 and 5. But I mean, it could still be almost anything as far as I can tell. Yeah, it doesn't help. Sorry, I don't know quite what to do here. 4 and 5 are both in those cells. That doesn't feel very interesting. 6 is there and there. That doesn't help me at all. How on earth do we move forward? Maybe this can't be. That is likely to be 2 because it's served by the 3. If that was a 2, we get the 1 here, and we would have to put a 3 down here. The 1 would have a 9 next to it. It looks all right. I don't see what the problem there is. This 3 needs a 4 in one of those and a 2 in one of those. This 1 that needs 2 and 9 around it. It just doesn't. Okay, this can't. I thought this was useless, but I now see it can't be 4, 5, or 6. Now, it can't be 1 either, actually, because those 2 would have to be 2 and 9, and one of them isn't. If it's 2, then we have 3 and 1 in those positions. If it's 3, we have 2 and 4 in those positions. If it's 7, we have 6 and 8 in those, and if it's 8, we have 7 and 9 in those. I can't limit that. This one can't be 6 or 5. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. I really haven't felt quite so much at sea for a while. Where am I meant to look? Not there. Maybe there is some regular Sudoku going on. Or maybe some brief chain of events really does fix things quite quickly. Ah. If this was a 1, it's quite easily serviceable. If it was a 2, though, it would need a 3 there, because it couldn't be anywhere else. It would then need a 1 here. That seems to work, though. That's not what I want to happen. I want it to immediately break. If it was a 4, okay, this is maybe a bit more limited than I realised, because that can't be 3 or 5, so this can't be a 4. And if it's a 5, can those be 6 and 4? Actually, they can. So I think this is 1, 2, or 5. And if it's a 5, these are absolutely fixed as 4 and 6. That would be very helpful. If it's a 2, we could put in 1 there and 3 there. That would be helpful. But I don't know what it is, so I don't know if that is helpful. Right, come on. Let's think about. Let's find a useful cell that I haven't managed to identify. It's not this, is it? If that was a 1, either of those could be 2, and any of these 4 could be 9. If it was a 2, I mean, there are problems here. It must be about these 2. It must be about these 2, because the others are just too remote. Right, I need to think more about 1 and 2 here. If that's a 1, we get 2 there and 9 there. If that's a 1, we have 2 obviously there. but then any of those can be a 9, so it doesn't even limit 9 in the central box. And the 2 needs a 3 and a 1, so it needs the 1 to be up here. So 2 and 1 will be a pair in one of these columns. If this is a 2, it doesn't need 3 to be here because it's getting 3 there. I don't know. I don't see... I suppose that 1 stops these being 1s. Is that all I haven't noticed? So if this can't be a 1 now, or 5 or 6, it must be 2, 3 or 4. It can't reach further than 6 south. So a 2 is quite easy to fulfill because it has 3 possible cells to put in 1 and 3. Ah, no it doesn't. It couldn't put 1 in any of those cells because of that 1 pair looking at that cell and that 1 pair looking at that cell, and that can't be a 1. So this is not a 2. Oh, well, now it's getting a bit more limited. If it's a 3, then we need 4 and 2. Oh, it can't be a 3 because the 2 cells that would need to be 2 and 4 are there. Aha! I'm on to you, cell. You're a 4. That must be right. And then it needs 3 and 5 in those 2 cells, if my count is right. And that's going to sort out the 1. Oh, my word. Okay, right. That one is done. That took a long time to find. I thought I'd looked at it once, but I wasn't suspicious enough. So this is the 1 now. That is fixing the 2 and the 1. The 1 here now needs a 2 there and a 9 here. So that 1 is done. This 2 has a 1 and a 3. That is done. And now I've got doubled the number of cells I've got done in the last minute. And I've got a 6, 7, 8 triple in this row. Now I've got a 1 and a 2 here as well. 5, 3, 9, 1. What's happened to this? Ooh, something has happened to it in that that 9 has gone in there. Oh no, one of these is going to be useful now. I don't actually know which one. Or maybe even this. Yes, look. This now can't be 1, 3 or 4. Now, if it's a 2, it's already got a 3 there. It's going to need a 1 to go in there. So that's possible. If it is a 5, then we're looking this far afield for a 3 and a 4. And that can't be either of them. If it's a 6, it would need a 5 and a 7 in those 2 cells. And that's not going to happen. So that is a 2. And it's got the 3 there, and it needs a 1, and that has to go in there, and that 2 is sorted. Wow, this is so strange. Right, now this can't be a 1 or a 2 now, so that feels useful. If it's a 3, we'd put a 2 here and a 4 here. If it's a 4, 3 there and 5 there, can't pencil mark this stuff. 5 is impossible because that's not 4 or 6. 6 would need these 2 to be 5 and 7, and both of them can't be 5. So it's not 5 or 6, it's not 1 or 2, that is 3 or 4. And if it's a 3, no, if it's a 3, it needs 2 in one of those 2 cells, and it cannot have it. So it's not a 3, that is a 4. And then 3 and 5 are in those 2 cells, and that one can't be a 3, so that's a 5, that's a 3. I hope I haven't missed any possibilities. I don't think I have. I think I've ruled them all out fairly. Now that's not a 5. If it's a 1, it's got 2 here and 9 either above or below. If it's 2, it's got 1 here and 3 here, and those are still possible. Oh, I haven't looked at this 3 for a while, which needs a 2, still in one of those 2 positions, and a 4, still in one of those 2. and they haven't changed, right? So I haven't done that or that. Now this, not much has happened to that actually. So I'm either going to need to look at this or this. Let's have a look at this one. Actually, that might be interesting. Let's have a look at this one. Change my mind. It can't be 2 anymore is what I've just spotted, because that's not 3 or 5. If it's 3, one of those two would have to be a 4, and they can't be. So it's big. If it's 7, those two are 6 and 8, which is possible. If it's 8, the corners are 7 and 9, which would make it very easy for that to be 8 as well, but I don't know. Let's not count any roosters before they hatch. Right, this one then. It's C's 5 and 6 and 3. It can't reach further than 6. Couldn't reach further than 5 actually. So it's 1, 2 or 4. Now if it was a 4, oh, it could easily be a 4. It's already got 3 and 5 in the right positions. So it probably is a 4. Can we rule out 3? No, look, we can rule out 2 because it would need a 1. No, not in those positions. We can't rule out 2. It could easily get a 1 north or south. If it was a 1... it can't be a 1 because it would need a 2 in one of those positions, and they're not possible because that would become a 2 if this was a 1. So it's not a 1, but I think it's probably a 4, but I can't rule out 2, which would just need 1 and 3 in those cells. Oh, it couldn't... Oh! If it was a 2, it would have to have a 3 there, actually. And the 1 would be north or south. I can't rule on that. In fact, 3 there, 3 there. One of those is a 3. Oh my goodness. Look at these 4 5s looking into box 6 and ruling out almost all the cells in box 6 and putting a 5 there, which resolves the 4 that 3 needs over here. And now 4 is in one of those 2. I strongly suspect it's there, but I don't know it. Yeah, Sudoku might be the way forward. 6 is in one of those. This is a clever puzzle, isn't it? Really interesting. 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 and 2 in this box. No, look. 1 and 2 in box 2. Box 4. Can't be in those cells. Can't be there. So they're restricted to those 3. If that was a 2, that would be 1, that would be 2. It would then need a 3 here. I can't do anything. Actually, let's have a look at this. Since some of these have been changing, can that be a 2? No. Oh no, it can. That can still be a 3 and that can be a 1. So it can be a 2. Can it be a 5? Which would require 4 and 6 in those positions. Actually, no. Interestingly, there must be a 6 in one of those 2 cells for the middle box. So that can't be 4 or 6. So that's not 5. Can it be 6 with 5 and 7 here? Yes, in fact, I now see that 5 is in one of those 2 cells. Maybe I should have gone further with 5s. That's not a 5. So 5's in one of those 2, one of those 3. Don't know. I think 7 and 8 I can't rule out as far as I can see. So we've still got work to do here. This 2 position seems quite interesting now. Oh, this 1 needs a 2 and a 9 around it, doesn't it? And that says that's not the 2. So 2 is now in one of those 2 positions in this box. And now my pencil marking is getting dangerous because that 2 is doing double duty in column 4 and box 8. This can't be a 9, so 9's got to be in one of those 2 positions. I don't know, is that any help? This 3, we've sorted out the 4, but not the 2. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting confused now. This is so likely to be a 4, and then I could just colour it, but I don't know that for definite. 5's over here. 1, 2, 4. Oh, look, that's a 4. It's the only place it can be in the box. That's not a 4. Then 4 is in one of those positions, and I can't really get any further. What about, oh, 3 up here is now in one of those 2. Don't think any of this really helps much. Unless I'm going to form a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad somewhere I'm not expecting or something. Wow, I'm sorry if you're seeing the next step straightforwardly. It really isn't simple. We've got these 5 to resolve. No, 6 digits, 6 special digits still to fully resolve. 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, 5, 6, 4, 3. I don't know, sorry. Right, 2's in one of those positions, and actually also in one of those 2 positions because of 2's looking into box 2. These are from 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think we're going to suddenly come up with a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad somewhere, but on the other hand, it would be very interesting if we did. Oh, please don't be just missing some random cell which is easy to fill in. Three, 5, 4, 6. Just haven't got as many 1s and 2s around as would be useful. Oh, that's interesting. If that's a 2, then 2 goes there. But otherwise, that's a 2. So 2 is in one of those 2 positions in the top row. I suppose I could have seen that by regular Sudoku techniques. Therefore, it probably doesn't help. 3, 3, 3. So 3 is in one of these 2 positions. Oh my goodness. So 3, 4 are a pair down here, and 5 is fixed. I honestly have no idea if that's going to help, but at least gets another digit in. Then we're going to have 5 here because it can't be here. Then we get 5 here. That's going to rule, oh no, it's going to rule in 6. That doesn't do anything there. That is 6, 7, 8 or 9, which is not interesting. 5s are all finished now. They're all done. Who would have thought 5s would be the first? Right, 9 is in one of those 2 in this box. Unlikely to be helpful. It does put it in one of those 2 as well, and not here. But this 1 needs a 2 and a 9 gathered around it. I don't know. That 2's been done. This 3 needs a 2 in one of those positions. So there must be a 2 in one of those positions. So these are from 6, 7 and 8. That's again almost totally dull. Wow, what am I not seeing here? That 3 is going to need a 2 at the top or bottom. This, if this was a 1, then 2 is there and 9 is in one of those. If it's a 2, this 4 has stopped it being a 2. That could be a 1, but you could never get a 3 2 away. Wow, that is a 1. Right, that now needs a 2 that goes here. Now I feel like I've done something. 9 is in one of those 2 cells, which is going to be another of these awful pencil marks that straddle boxes. But 2, 1, 5, and this has now become a 4 because of the 2 we placed. I could have seen that no, I couldn't necessarily have seen that ages ago, I don't think. No, that's all right. Okay, but this is a 4, so, and that sees the 5 and 3 that have been there the whole time. I knew it was going to be a 4. Stupid 4. It's not the 4's fault, it's my fault. I'm not really blaming the 4. Right, this is a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad. Now, this can't be 2 because it's seeing a 2. If it's a 6, 5 there and 7 here. If it's a 7, 6 and 8 there. If it's an 8, 7 and 9 there. I mean, these corner cells, I said it earlier, they are so hard to resolve. Now this, no, that's going to take a 2, and this is going to take a 9, and I don't know. That can't be a 4, obviously. Right, a 2, 1 pair, a 2, 1 pair, that's a 2, 1 pair. That's 7, 8 or 9, as we know. 6, 1, 2, 5, 4. So they're from 7, 8, 9. None of this gets anything done. 7 there. A 7 there would need either 6 or 8 here. In fact, it would need 6 specifically here, because 8 would have to be here. 7, 8. That would become 9. This would become a 2, 3, 1. 7, 6, 1, 4. That would become a 3. 3 in this box is in one of those 2 positions. Therefore, that's not a 3. Therefore, this is a 3, and therefore this isn't a 7, it's an 8. And it does have 7 and 9 in the opposite corners. Now, one of those is a 7, and that means this can't be a 7. That's not 8, so it's a 7, 9 pair. That's a naked single 3, therefore, which fixes 3 up here. These others in the column are 1 and 2, which is a weird 2 X-wing, which means 2 doesn't appear here and does appear here. Don't know if that's helpful at all. 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. So this still. Oh, that's been, well, it hasn't quite been done because I don't know which of those is 7 and which is 9, I suppose. 8 is in one of those 2 cells. Therefore not here. And therefore in one of these 2 cells. This is still a complicated puzzle. Either that or I'm making very heavy weather of it, which is really quite possible as well. In fact, maybe I can do more with 1s and 2s than I've been thinking. I don't think these 2s are resolved. They're just forming an X-wing now. 1 is in one of those 2. One of those 2. Obviously one of these 2. And I don't know here. I don't think I know. 4, 3, 1, 2. I don't know what the best thing to be doing now is. Is it just ordinary Sudoku? I doubt it. Let's keep... Oh, that 1 is insisting there's a 9 in one of those two, so that can't be 9. This isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 9, so it's 6, 7 or 8. I do feel I'm going to get there now, but it's just how long it takes, isn't it? 3 and 5. This has become a perseverance puzzle. Now, okay, let's think about 6. That would need 5 here and 7 here. That would put an 8 here and a 9 here. I don't know. 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. Those are obviously from 6, 7, 8 and 9, and I don't know anything about them. Why have I got a 9? Oh yeah, that's to do with that, the corner mark. Oh. 5, 8, 3, 4. 8 there, so that can't be an 8. So one of those 3 in column 5 is an 8, and that's not an 8. I mean, this is the smallest marginal gains possible. 3, 4, 5. I must be able to use that. 1 there. 8 is down here. 9 is down there. But then we've still got 2 in one of those and a 7 and 6 to allocate. This shouldn't be this difficult now. 3 is in one of those 2 cells. Have I forgotten some poor little circle digit that I could be finishing off? Maybe I should know whether 9 is in, which of these 2 cells 9 is in. Looking along the rows, do I know that? Yeah, look, I do know that 9 is confined there because that 9 says it's not there. So 9 is confined to one of those 2 cells. That can't be a 9. There we go. And now I know this must be a 9. And that had better help a bit. Yeah, that makes that a 7. The other corner's a 9. That makes this a 7. That makes this a 9. Now we've got a 6, 8 pair here, so we can do 7 and 9 in the box. That makes that an 8. Now we're moving a bit. This must be 8 as well. Right, that 1 has been satisfied, so that goes orange. This will have been satisfied if it's an 8. If it's a 6, that's going to be a 7. This has been fully dealt with. This 3 still hasn't. I still don't know where 2 is. Now there's a 6, 8 pair up here though. That gives me a 6, 8 pair here, so that's a 1, 9 pair. This can't be 7, so there's also a 6, 8 pair down here, and this must be a 3, 7 pair. Let's move the corner mark from there and from there. So if this was a 6, that would be a 7. 3, 4, 6, 5, 3, 1, 4, 7, 9, 2, 8. Still looks all right. Right, 3, 4, 5, 8, 2, 1. That is 6 or 9. This is 7 or 9 because it can't be a 6. In fact, maybe that's 6, 8, 4. Oh no, 6, 9, 2 along here. That can't be 9. So slow. I mean, I'm sorry if this is painful now. Probably was painful earlier. 9, 5, 3, one of the 8 and 4. What about this? Oh, that can't be 9, so it's 6 or 7. That can't be 9. Where's 9 in this box? It's in one of those two cells. That feels like it's just fulfilling something learnt earlier. Still haven't resolved which. Oh, this one needs a 2 and a 9, and that can't be either of them. There we go. Totally forgot this poor little one all on its own. Right, that must get things done. So 9 and 1 there are resolved. We're going to get a 1 here. Oh, in fact, that's become a 2. That's more the easy way to see this. 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 8. We've got 2, 7, and 9. That is 2 or 7. So this is where 8 goes in the box now. Actually, that's been there for a while. Didn't see it. 6, 7 pair. So that's not a 6. That doesn't get that done. It's part of a 2, 9 pair, which are looking down at that cell, which becomes a 1. Still 6, 7, 8. This suspicious cell hasn't got resolved. 5, 2, 9, 3. 8's in one of those. 1 has to be here. That fixes 4. That fixes the 3, 4 pair. That fixes the 3, 7 pair. That means that this can't be a 7, so this can't be a 6. I think, so it is an 8, yes. Which we kind of knew all along. Maybe there's a uniqueness argument going on there as well, but we don't deploy those. So 8 there, 8 there, 6 and 8. This, that cannot see a 2 there now, so it needs to see a 2 up there. And that is the last bit of colouring I need to do on the circled cells. This has been an intriguing puzzle, really not the sort I was expecting at all. 7, that's a 6. This is a 6, 7 pair. This is a 6, 7 pair. This is a 6, 7 pair. Don't wish to repeat myself, so this is a 6, 8 pair. And, oh, there we go, shrunk the screen. And that does it. And that is quite, wow, 47 minutes of video. It didn't feel like that long. That was really interesting. Sorry that has taken a while. I suspect a lot of people will find that much easier than I did, but maybe they're better able to look in these cross shapes than I am. Really unusual puzzle, that. Thanks, Barrels, for sending it. I've enjoyed every moment of that. That has been absolutely fascinating. What a clever puzzle. Do let me know in the comments how you found it and how you got through it a bit quicker, because I will be interested to know. I mean, I realised I was a bit slow on spotting when some cells had got more restricted, but it's the nature of the puzzle in a way, I think. Thank you for watching, as always, on Cracking the Cryptic. Hope to see you soon. Bye for now.